Well, we've had a request for a movie showing how blocks found in the details folders in gCADPlus might inform your design choices. So a block that you can find in the details area is this one here, which is a block called wheelchair. Unselect all, and the suggestion is make a block of this and move it into your design, and then move block along a proposed path. So the plan view within that block shows the space required by someone in a wheelchair, and of course you'll need to, or they will need to spin that wheelchair through some angles. And let's imagine that I was designing this small enclosed seating area for adult entertaining. There's a fire pit in the centre, and I've drawn a line, a red line in there along what might be the proposed path. And you can see as we come in through here, things are a little tight in this entrance area, and especially when we get to this point here where we're turning through an angle to move further into the space. You can see that the edge of the wheelchair zone itself impinges on the garden, and if the occupant in the wheelchair wants to spin at that point, it gets increasingly difficult. So I'd argue that you can change this design, modify this design, so that by altering things just slightly, we can make life a lot easier for someone in a chair, and yet not really impinge on the design itself. I've begun by moving the little walled raised bed to give a sense of enclosure to this space. I've moved it into the garden there. That gives more space here. I could move it even further by doing a crossing window there, and then choose the move command and move in like so. That's widening the entrance here. Whoops, I left one symbol behind. And I'd argue that the design here isn't compromised at all by giving some more space there. And I'll do the same thing here in a moment. I'll take that walled raised bed there and move it back just a little and put some planting in the space at the edge of the paved area, and perhaps put some more decorative low planting in there, so that the low planting is there but the wheelchair occupant can still spin. We want the wheelchair, maybe in the entrance you would restrict full movement, but certainly out and in and in. Once you are entering the space, you want the wheelchair occupant to have maximum flexibility. Well, here are the changes that I've made. The most important of them is to move this garden bed to the lower part of the design. I've moved that back just a little. That's created a small garden bed through here on the edge of the paved area, which wasn't there before. I've moved and lengthened that little raised bed and pushed it into the garden here, just as I have there. And in my view, the design's been informed and improved by being able to follow the path of someone in a chair that's moving through here. We have a slight clash in this area here, but we've got low growing ground cover there, and I'm sure that if there's a need to spin in that area, that won't impede progress at all. So I hope that illustrates that you can use blocks of defined size and play in your design. Remember, you are designing in the real world. This is a full-size view of this enclosed space, and we are testing things out, making sure that when this is constructed, it will be able to be used. It'll be an inviting little area for able-bodied people and people in chairs.